If your body has felt like it's been betraying you lately, if you're waking up feeling drained before the day even begins, if intimacy has started feeling like a memory instead of a desire, listen closely. What if I told you it's not your age that's the problem? What if all of this could be traced back to just 3 overlooked vitamins your body has quietly been starving for? This isn't about another pill. And this certainly isn't another lecture about growing old gracefully. This is about reclaiming something far more powerful: your presence, your strength, your energy, your identity. I'm Dr. Henry Caldwell. I've spent over 3 decades listening to the stories of men over 60. Men who've built businesses, families, and legacies, only to find themselves in the mirror one day wondering, where did I go? They didn't lack heart. They lacked fuel. The problem is, most men aren't told the truth. And the truth is this: declining energy, loss of drive, even weakened performance. It isn't a natural part of aging. It's a consequence of nutrient deficiency. Subtle, silent, but fixable. And that's where elderly wisdom becomes your most powerful tool. Let's start with the first piece of that puzzle, one that I call the circulation spark plug: vitamin D. You've heard of it. Maybe you think it's just about sunlight and bones. But the truth is, for men's health over 60, vitamin D is the engine oil of vitality. When a man named Mitchell walked into my clinic, he was 68, a quiet, reserved former engineer. His handshake was strong, but his eyes were tired. "Doc," he told me, "I still love my wife. I want to be close to her, but it's like my body's quit trying." What he didn't know, and what most senior nutrition advice fails to mention, is that low vitamin D doesn't just make you feel weak. It slows the very blood flow your body needs to fuel passion, stamina, and energy. You see, vitamin D helps your body produce nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for opening up blood vessels and delivering oxygen-rich blood to your muscles and organs, especially the ones tied to your sense of masculinity. Without it, circulation falters, fatigue sets in, and your spark dims. Over 40% of older adults are deficient in this essential vitamin, and many don't even realize it. They're active, they eat well, they even walk every morning. But without enough vitamin D, their system can't function the way it was designed to. Now here's the elderly wisdom that matters. Restoring vitamin D isn't complicated. Just 15 to 20 minutes of morning sunlight. More salmon, more eggs. Or if you live somewhere with little sun, a high-quality D3 supplement, never D2, which the body barely absorbs. After 4 weeks, Mitchell came back. His smile was different. Not younger, sharper, more grounded. "Doc," he said, "I feel like I'm waking up again." But circulation is only part of the equation. What good is blood flow if your body has no fuel to move it? That's where the second vitamin steps in, and it's the one I see most often overlooked. I want to tell you about someone named Leonard, a 72-year-old retired firefighter, strong-willed, the kind of man who built his life on courage and discipline. But when he came to see me, he wasn't himself. "Dr. Caldwell," he said, "I sleep 8 hours. I eat well, but every day, I feel like I'm wading through molasses. I'm foggy, slow, and no matter how hard I try, I just don't feel alive." Now here's what most people don't realize. When a man over 60 feels like that, it's not always depression. It's not always burnout. Sometimes, it's something far simpler and far more treatable. Leonard was suffering from a common, often undiagnosed deficiency. A deficiency in vitamin B12. This one nutrient plays a massive role in senior energy boost. It helps convert food into energy. It fuels the brain, muscles, and nerve function. Without it, your system runs on empty, even if you're eating right and sleeping well. And for many men over 60, even those with healthy diets, the ability to absorb B12 from food steadily declines with age. Think about that. You could be doing everything right and still feel drained because your body can't access the nutrients it needs. When B12 levels drop, here's what happens. Red blood cell production slows. Oxygen delivery weakens. Mental clarity fades. Stamina disappears. And performance across every area of your life suffers. It's heartbreaking. Because I've seen so many men blame themselves. They think they're failing, that they've just gotten old. But this is where elderly wisdom cuts through the noise. Not all B12 is created equal. The cheap over-the-counter brands usually contain a synthetic form called cyanocobalamin. Unfortunately, many seniors' bodies can't process it well. What your body needs is methylcobalamin, the active form your cells can actually use. That's the key to effective vitamins for seniors. When Leonard switched to a high-quality B12 in the correct form and dosage, something remarkable happened. Within 2 weeks, he stopped dozing off in the afternoon. His brain felt sharper. His laugh returned. And that heaviness, the one that made every task feel impossible, lifted. He wasn't just more energetic. He was more present for his wife, for his grandkids, for himself. You see, healthy aging for men isn't about chasing youth. It's about restoring connection to your own body, your strength, your dignity. And sometimes that begins with something as humble and as powerful as a vitamin. But even that isn't the end of the story, because there's one more piece to this puzzle. Something your body needs not just to move and think, but to feel like a man again. Let's talk about the one vitamin that directly protects your hormones, your blood vessels, and the spark inside you that refuses to dim. There's a quiet storm that happens in a man's body after 60. You don't see it. You don't always feel it right away. But slowly, day by day, it chips away at who you used to be. One day you realize your motivation is down. Your recovery is slower. Your desire, physical, emotional, even spiritual, just isn't there. You begin to wonder, is this what aging is supposed to feel like? I remember a man named Raymond, a 70-year-old retired airline pilot, disciplined, fit. He was the kind of guy who lived by checklists, never missed a workout, ate clean, slept well. But when he sat down across from me, his voice was quiet. "Doc, I've done everything I'm supposed to do," he said. "And yet I feel off. Like something inside me is fading, and I can't explain it." What Raymond was experiencing was something I see far too often in men's health over 60. And it wasn't just about energy. It wasn't just about circulation. It was about hormonal integrity and the invisible inflammation that was tearing it apart from within. That's where vitamin E comes in. Most people think of vitamin E as a skin supplement or something related to fertility. But let me tell you this, for elderly vitality, vitamin E is nothing short of a lifeline. It's a powerful antioxidant, meaning it fights oxidative stress, that slow burn of internal wear and tear that comes with age. It protects your blood vessels, your reproductive system, and your testosterone levels. And when you're over 60, testosterone is more than just a number. It's your drive, your clarity, your sense of self. Without vitamin E, inflammation builds, circulation weakens, testosterone dips. And what's worse, you may not even know it's happening until you're already feeling the effects. Raymond had done everything right except one thing. He'd neglected this quiet defender. Once we began rebuilding his routine with the right foods: almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, leafy greens, and a natural, full-spectrum vitamin E supplement to fill the gaps, everything started to change. He didn't turn into a 30-year-old. But that wasn't the goal. He became the man he used to be, but calmer, wiser, more in command, more awake to his own life again. That's the beauty of performance vitamins for seniors. When chosen carefully and taken consistently, they don't just restore your body. They restore your dignity. And yet, here's what most men still don't know. These three vitamins D, B12, and E aren't just powerful on their own. When used together, they unlock something far more profound than what any one of them can do alone. Let me introduce you to someone, Daniel. He's 68, a retired high school basketball coach with a voice like gravel and hands that still carried the echo of every game whistle he ever blew. Daniel had been trying for years to regain his energy. He was taking vitamin D on and off. A friend told him about B12, so he added that too. Then he heard about vitamin E in a podcast and figured, why not? But it wasn't until we sat down and built a plan, simple, deliberate, consistent, that Daniel really started to feel like himself again. One morning, not long after, he walked into my office with the biggest grin I'd seen all year. "Doc," he said, "I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've got a new engine under the hood." That right there is the power of elderly wisdom, not just knowing what your body needs, but understanding how to put those needs together in a way that works with you, not against you. Vitamin D improves circulation by helping your body produce nitric oxide, that crucial molecule that widens your blood vessels and gets the blood flowing where it needs to go. Vitamin B12 fuels the production of red blood cells, which carry oxygen through that newly widened bloodstream, powering your muscles, your brain, and yes, your intimate performance. And vitamin E? It keeps your blood vessels flexible, reduces inflammation, and protects your testosterone, making sure the fuel and the flow have a clear, strong path to follow. Together, they form what I call the vitality triangle: circulation, energy, and hormonal support working in perfect harmony. That triangle is the foundation of healthy aging for men. It's not magic. It's not hype. It's science. And most importantly, it's yours for the taking. The truth is, your body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. After 60, nutrient absorption slows down, inflammation creeps in, and recovery takes longer. That's why one missing link, just one, is enough to knock everything out of balance. But when you bring these three together, something clicks. You start waking up more refreshed. Your thoughts become clearer. Your mood steadies. You notice you're responding faster physically and emotionally. You're back in control. That senior nutrition advice you won't hear on a TV commercial. Because the real transformation doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from a rhythm, from consistency, from respecting your body's need for balance. But there's a reason most men never see these results. Not because the vitamins don't work, but because they're unknowingly making a mistake that cancels out the progress before it even starts. Let me show you what that mistake is and how to fix it so you can finally claim the benefits you've been chasing for years. Gerald was 74, thoughtful, smart, the kind of man who researched everything he put into his body. One morning, he walked into my clinic holding a plastic grocery bag filled with supplements. "Doc," he said, laying the bottles on my desk, "I've been taking all of these for months, but I still feel tired, foggy, and nothing's improving." Down there, I could hear the disappointment in his voice, and I've heard it more times than I can count. Here's what most men don't realize. Just taking supplements isn't enough. Not if you're taking the wrong kind. Not if you're taking them inconsistently. And not if your body can't absorb them in the first place. This is the most common mistake I see, especially in men looking to regain elderly vitality. Let's break it down. Most over-the-counter supplements use cheap, synthetic forms of vitamins. For example, many vitamin B12 products use cyanocobalamin, a form that's hard for older bodies to convert into something usable. What you want is methylcobalamin, the bioavailable version. Your cells actually recognize and absorb. Same with vitamin D2 is cheaper and widely available, but it's far less effective than D3. the form your body naturally uses when exposed to sunlight. And vitamin E? Most generic forms are synthetic and miss the full spectrum of tocopherols your body needs to truly protect blood flow and support testosterone. You want natural, full-spectrum vitamin E, the kind that works with your system, not against it. This is where performance vitamins for seniors really matter, because they're not just about popping pills. They're about giving your body something it can actually use. The second mistake? Inconsistency. Gerald, like many men, took his supplements when he remembered. Maybe 3 times a week, maybe once. But the body doesn't work that way. It needs rhythm, stability, a foundation. When Gerald made the switch to high-quality, properly formulated vitamins, and when he started taking them daily, the results were stunning. Within a month, he was sleeping better, waking up with energy. He looked me in the eye and said, "I feel like a man again." That's the power of doing it right. So, what does right look like? Let me walk you through the daily routine I've shared with hundreds of men. Something simple, realistic, and designed to support your energy, strength, and connection every single day. Start your morning with a full glass of water and your B12 supplement, taken with a protein-rich breakfast like eggs or Greek yogurt. After breakfast, take a 15-minute walk outdoors. That short bit of morning light kickstarts your body's natural vitamin D production. On cloudy days or during winter, take a D3 supplement with your first meal. At lunch, add a handful of almonds or sunflower seeds to your meal. Drizzle some olive oil over your salad. Or, if needed, take a natural vitamin E supplement to round out your intake. That's it. No extremes. Number 10 pill regimens. Just 3 powerful nutrients, delivered with care and intention. The truth is, elderly wisdom isn't just about knowing what to do. It's about doing it consistently, with purpose. And if you've made it this far, I want to speak to you man to man. It's not too late. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are not finished. You are simply being called to reconnect with your body, with your energy, with your strength. These 3 vitamins: vitamin D, the circulation spark plug; vitamin B12, the energy generator; and vitamin E, the defender of your masculinity, aren't just tools for better health. They're tools to reclaim your presence, your vitality, your life. So now it's your move. If this message spoke to you, don't let it sit. Take action. Give your body what it's been quietly asking for all along. Build a rhythm. Reignite your strength. And if this video helped you or someone you care about, please like it. Subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so you never miss another moment of truth for men over 60. Share it with a friend, a brother, a father. Because healthy aging in men doesn't happen in silence. It happens in solidarity. Leave a comment below. Tell us what part resonated with you most. Your story helps us shape better content for this community. And until next time, take care of yourself. You've got more life to live. And this is just the beginning.